When I became a Christian, I was a student. As I was growing in Christ, I had such a vision to see the book of Acts lived out, the book of Ephesians lived out, that the gospel really was the power of God to bridge barriers that split people. And New York City, where I grew up, in New York City is a divided city. And churches that I experienced once I came to Christ was all divided. So I just said, I look at the Bible, I look at what's happening, I said, God's got a heart here. So that's why New Life, that's why we started New Life. It was very intentional. People thought we were a little bit crazy because it was a scratch church plant. We didn't have many people to start with at all. But I just had such a vision and a passion to see it happen.
That's a hard thing to remember at my age, but I remember going to National Street the first time. Everybody was just so friendly. It was just like a family. I just was impressed with the fact that I was so accepted, and it's been that way ever since. We were a small group, but as the church began to grow and got bigger, rather than just have a come to Sunday service, there was a real push to make small groups so that people would, in their area, would be with each other, and that was their family.
We will go and wash cars for free, or if people will have park and the meter has expired, we'd put the 25 cents and leave a note. My small group related to mission are just going, knocking doors by doors and being available for people. If they need a prayer, we would pray for them.
I just remember, we would start worship and there would be like 5 or 8 people there. And then when we would finish worship, the room would just be packed. And so really for me, it was leading worship in a small group was the foundation of leading worship on Sundays.
What was miraculous to me in the beginning was the number of young families that were willing to join us at the time. And then there were a number of young couples, married actually without children, that were willing to join us. And one of the big issues for us in the beginning was how are we going to maintain a sense of community in a place like New York City? We were intentional with these couples about let's all move into the same area and begin to plant this church with us.
It really was about doing life together. I felt at home right away. I felt it accepted. And I loved the fact that even though it was a small congregation, at the time it was still very diverse and it reflected New York.
We really wanted to have a place where we could all come together. We had one service that incorporated both English congregations and the Spanish congregation in Corona. But we just really couldn't fit. I mean, it was obvious that we couldn't do that. It just got too large for the space that we were in. And so when we began to experience that, we started looking for, okay, well then where can we meet? What's available?